yeah. I was when you said you hadn't watched it, I was like, no, this is something you need to watch because you'll get it. You won't kind of get too defensive on it like some people have done. And B, yeah, I think it's probably the most important message, with the exception of the Attenborough one, of our current time. I think it's the one that most people need to hear for this next generation.
What I think was so scary, no, I'm not scared. I'm not a warrior and I don't get scared in that sense. What is wrong word? What was so
Concerning.
striking, yeah, concerning, what brought it home so much? Well, these are the guys that bloody invented it. These are the guys that came up with the ideas for it.
Yeah.
I'm the CEO, I'm the president, and guys, it's bad. And it's like I would consider myself a disciplined person. I would consider concerned that I have good self-discipline, through the martial arts, ding ding, and those sort of things. And I would have always seen or have always seen my devices as tools. So like I prefer the iPad because to me it's more of a tool, and I'm looking forward to doing our tools next week now actually. Whereas what they were like, I've written quite a few notes down while I was watching it, knowing that I was researching it for this chat. And what I really liked, one of the first things the guy said is when the bicycle came along, everyone was like, oh yeah, let's jump on a bike, let's ride around, let's get everywhere. He's like, this is really great. There's nothing really wrong about a bicycle. But we're all now looking at the devices and technology going, yeah, there's some problems here.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a huge issue. And I think most of us, I think that's the big thing. We were all aware, and I think we all are aware that it's a problem, but it's kind of like we just can't get away from it. It's like, it's an issue, but we're not moving towards less of it. It's not like, climate change. We know it's a problem and everyone's trying to do something. Some of it's working,
Yeah.
some of it's not. But this is like, we all know it's an issue. Everyone can see it, but we seem to just be steaming, full speed ahead to just carry on down this way. And
Like
that's what's so concerning.
the guy that was involved with Pinterest, and he's like, he spends all day developing the app or whatever it is he's involved with. And then he gets home and he says he finds himself on it and telling himself he shouldn't be on it. And I don't think it was him, it was someone else that said the only two customers that are referred to as users are the social media users and drug users. And yeah. And then it went into like the evolution of tech, and as a parent of girls as well, like having 3 girls, they pointed out the graph of, since the social media has become mobile on a device, how that has made a massive, like hundreds of % increase in young girls' mental health issues. Yeah. And like that when you're sitting there as a parent watching that, that's like shit, because we're experiencing that firsthand. I can say firsthand we're experiencing mental issues with kids. And you can see some of it is device orientated. And then with these graphs, they were showing like the evolution of technology as in such a short window has evolved like hundreds of thousand times, whereas our brains have not evolved the same.
Handle it. No.
Yeah, technology hasn't, as in the just a car, for instance, hasn't evolved like that. And that was crazy. And then the polarization of society. This was getting a little bit deeper towards the end of the program, and like a bigger part of the concern, like that country that's selling iPhones with Facebook already preloaded, and then effectively it was making people go out and kill people. Mm-hmm. And it's like the polarization. Maybe I misread this because you can take different messages in different ways, but we were talking about the politic episode that we did, where there's such a red and blue team even now. It's such an even playing field. And they were saying about how to keep you engaged with these apps, it's feeding you what you want to hear, and you're not starting to see and hear other opinions. So what it's creating is just this black-white divide. You're either this side or that side, and there's no, yeah, it's losing democracy basically. I didn't misread that, did I? That's why it was going with that.
No, yeah, and like the part of it that's manipulative and nasty is that it's they were leaning towards the idea that this has been done on purpose to ensure that there is constant conflict, that we are always butting heads, and therefore we are always engaging on social media. So you keep being fed your side of the argument so that you fully invest with it, and then you will see something from the other side and you feel so strongly about it that you then attack it. But really what you're doing is you're just staying on the platform, whether you're on there enjoying the content that you want to see or arguing with the other side. They don't care, because as long as you're on there, you're on there. And they don't care if you're on there having a good time or you're on there having a bad time, as long as you're there to be advertised to, because that's really what their interest is how long can we keep you on this app, and the big thing is about the machine learning and these algorithms learning how to keep you there. What's going to hold JC on his iPad for longer? What's going to keep him on this app or make him get back on this app as soon as possible? And the fact that they take it to the point of politics and influencing votes and decisions like that, that's where it becomes where you realize this isn't just a game now of just likes and hearts and pictures. We're now talking about political decisions, changing which person is going to be the president of a country.
And like on that, it was saying 6 times fake news, bad news is 6 times easily shared, as in people want that much more bad news or fake news, because that's, like you said, what they've worked out is what engages them on the device or on the platform or whatever it is that they're trying to hold them on.
Yeah, they're happy to enrage us, because enragement gets engagement, and that's what it is. They enrage you and then engage you, and then they keep you on there and they keep you clicking. And even if you're just going back and forth in a comment section arguing with someone you don't know, some faceless nobody, they're going to be slipping in adverts whilst you're at it and making you click on another video or another blog post or another social media thing to prove your point. But really, it's just keeping you on the app. And that's their, like they said in the documentary, that's their number one goal: get you to spend 1% more.
Like, it wasn't all bad. Like,
No.
much like David Attenborough's platform we're talking about, saving the planet, it wasn't like, oh, it's all shit and boom, credits roll. Like the guy who invented the like button, he said, we genuinely sat down in a room and thought, well, we're sharing all this stuff, why can't someone like it? And then, or why can't you be, I love that, I'm just going to like it. But he said what they didn't fathom to think was this like button would then turn into, oh, I didn't have enough likes. And this switch with it all, and like you've covered already, ultimately it's just all about business. And it's got to a point where these companies are so colossal, the amount of money that they make and the financial incentives and the shareholders and everything else, it's not something you can easily change. It's like it's massive. And it's one of the ladies said that it's like the most perfect selling model, because you don't have to buy anything to sell it. All you have to do is crunch this data. It just get more and more data out of people, and then the selling of it is easy, because you keep someone on, they buy an ad and blah blah blah, blah, and it's all go. But we're pretty much reciting the program. Where are you, like, prior to me bringing up the program and quoting it and everything, where are you with social media then? If we, like, devices maybe be included with this, but just social media then?